Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 Part 116. Let's continue on in Hypercar Parade after finishing to have 5 events from the X2019 Nations Cup to go by detour. By having a recap is now being checked and done, including 1 weekly challenges to be featured to be related to the Trial Mountain Circuit to have 1 event. As the event directory and 77% to go by in progress. Now let's moving on and continue in race number 4. We'll be at Autodromo National Monza in Italy. This will be doing a 5-lap challenge before moving on in race number 5 in Autodromo de Interlagos. But I'll have to make sure if I really might need to have 2 races in 1 event by a conclusion to go proceed as well, after I just took the original by putting up on part 1 of the Hypercar Parade by having 3 events all at once is now being labeled to have 1 part of the menu book ejected. But I'm sure of it because when it comes to having minor changes, it'll have to go by having 1 part of the content video to go settle in and just have to keep moving forward till you might need to get all the races in 1 event to be finished by progress in 100%. So I'll have to use my Ferrari FXXXK 2014 and go over to be in the Monza circuit. Here we have Speed Beer Boris and Igor Fraka for having 1 menu tip on interaction. I'm Speed Beer Boris from France. The Bugatti Chiron I'm riding today has a very romantic story behind his name. It was named after Louis Chiron, a Monegasque race driver who competed in the early 20th century. As a Bugatti Works racer, he won many tournaments including the 1931 Monaco Grand Prix. When I hear the words Bugatti Chiron, I am reminded of the brand's long and storied history. Very truthful and very understandable about the history of Bugatti when it comes to have the first one in the brand and the second one named after with the letter name on Chiron. So let's see what Igor Fraka has something else to say. I'm Igor Fraka, winner of the first Gran Turismo World Series. Opened in 1922, the Monza circuit is a track with more than 100 years of history. It is one of the most famous F1 Grand Prix tracks, and I hope to attempt one day in a real F1 machine. Hope you will, Igor Fraka. That's how your career is about to have a main focus by doing Super Formula to be racing in Japan. Alright, let's get it on and double check to have some preparation on setting is now being mapped out, and go on hard racing compound tires. We'll do the check on 780.25 performance points. But it'll have to go piece of cake, and that will be doing much more fine challenges will be compared to have the best performance between the FXXK 2014 or the Bugatti Chiron. But it might have the good exact element from Asphalt 8 Airform and Asphalt 9 Legend, but still might have a good potential to its day and go by the rolling start in position 16. So I'll have to be gentle and do the drill. 1 lap and do 1 lineup of the overtake to catch up. There's the Maserati MC20 to go by the 15. I'm on the 14. Go by turn 3, so I have to watch my grip and watch the line. Okay, there's Lucas Brunelli. I'll have to pass him, and he's on the McLaren 650S 2014. There's Igor Fraka, 2017 Ford GT is on the 12. I'll have to slow down. Have to take turn 7. Okay, that's good. Better Hypercar and classified to have a good track day vehicle is now perfectly and suited. However, it does might be to be treated as a race car to have this most finest track-only vehicle to be racing around in the Crew 2 as a touring car discipline. Only in Gran Turismo 7 to be considered as a road car, but it does might have a good active wing spoiler to be popped up when it comes in to have some few straightaway and apply on braking to go around on corner. See this? That's how the active wing spoiler pops up when pulling the brake and go around on the corner. That's how it takes a lot of good speed, acceleration, and good response mobility to have a good hybrid vehicle to be in use. First lap down, I'm on the 7, entered lap number 2. Okay, here comes the first chicane on turn 1 and 2. Got to be slow, follow the line, and then go kick it up in the mid-gear. I saw Sternberg and Kawakami is now coming around on the 5th and 6th place. Got to switch inside to the interior view, will give a good driving in action. Okay, that's good. Now gonna have to keep going and watch the line. Busby Beer Boys is on the first position in the 2016 Bugatti Chiron. 4 more to go. Got a good eye on Takuma Minosono in 4th place. 4 seconds to break the gap. And here comes the Ascari. Dirt sector. Go short commit. Always still have a good Enzo Ferrari that everybody really loved to drive. Alright, now let's join on in to have the last 3 Hypercar, 1 for the Lamborghini and 2 for Bugatti Veyron and the Chiron all together. Got to go past on Megalo and Adam Tapai in the 2nd. Dirt lap on the halfway mark. Got a good eye on Busby Beer Boris in the 1st. Okay, looks like that might have to take 1 contact to be sightseeing on the radar. I can hear it by having 1 tap. Okay, the battery is about to get a little bit low soon. Just gonna have to keep it good, deaccelerate, and get back up. Okay, turn number 4 and 5, back on sector 2. Okay, just gonna have to take a little bit time to dance. The XXK versus the Chiron to go for the battle in 1st place. There we go. I'm in the lead. Hard racing tires suitable for kicks and sports tires for the Bugatti Chiron might need to go by a better approach to kick it up in the high gear. By the matter of differences to have different specific Bugatti vehicles, like the Chiron is the true successor to the Bugatti Veyron ever since years ago for having a best time of the year model since 2000 and 2010s. However, for only 1 track-only hypercar can actually to be face up with the Ferrari FXXK 2014 is the 2019 Bugatti Divo. It does might have a good stylish to have a good hypercar to be labeled as a character name. But it does might have the same exact element like the Ferrari FXXK 2014 that could actually to be shared for only 1 differences in different compound tires in use. But this one has now actually to be fitted to have a hybrid vehicle to be quite good to have a gas power and battery power all together. especially for the Bugatti, it does might need to have one standardized gas vehicle is quite good and always have a lot of good torque and acceleration that carries out to have a double W16 engine. It still remains to have a good best amount of performance for all kinds of Bugatti vehicles. But look at the stats on the battery. It's about to go low soon, and still for only one good amount of torque and acceleration is now being quite automatically in use on the KERS. Got to keep going, still have enough time, and I'll have to change this up a little bit because the duration might need to go exactly by 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Okay, go by turn 11. Got to keep going and still have a lot of good acceleration on the horsepower to be proceed in the final lap. Alright folks, last lap, and go by fastest lap on the update in 1 minute 48.104 seconds. It still might have a good element to have the Ferrari FXXK to have one lap magic, and then it'll have to take a good role on the road car category to be participate in Hypercar Parade. If possible, this one should be quite very good in use to be racing on the World Touring Car 800 like last time when I'm racing in Dragon Trail Seaside reverse direction. But it takes a matter of possibility to go by few map strategy to go overtake with some other competition in GT class. Got to make it on time, and total distance away from the opponent in 19 seconds by almost 20. Last sector, here I come, and go to the Ascari. Follow the turn, and have turn 10 to be suitable on the straightaway to go proceed on turn 11 in the final corner. Okay, gonna have to take the inside. Gotta watch that grip, and go cleared. Checkered flag on the podium. That's good. First place, race number 4 continues, and Hypercar Parade is done. Now, this is gonna be the perfect time to go proceed in number 5 at Autodromo de Interlagos. But what can I say, folks? One Italian track-only hypercar, one best effort, and go by the main time in under 10 minutes. Fifth lap on the fastest in 1 minute 47.828 seconds with a total time in 9 minutes 11.776 seconds. But it takes a lot of good decent effort, and one standardized clean race is still in good play. That's 127,500 credit. Due to the contact by the opponent does not affect, but still might have to take a new day and go proceed for having a right start to be proceed on January 2024 in the middle of the day. But as a replay, gonna have to go by having some different part of the view. Just hang on. This one might need to be preferred to have my Ferrari, and the Bugatti Chiron is definitely might be going perfectly and will visionize on the scene. Okay, just have one inspection check on the dumb new image. there you go. One thumbnail image to have myself and the Bugatti Chiron is just the way it goes. I know this is going to be doing a matter of thumbnail creativity when it comes to have a little bit more patient time. But after all, when it comes to have a minor change by change, it'll have to go by update to have every part of the content video that I just recently took by live stream, and then just gonna have to move on in. Sounds like taking a lot of decent hard labor for myself when I have to do more editing on lap time challenges that I've never been there for a while. But it's all about having a long time of delay from 2023, then just have to be patient in an early start on 2024. So let's check again on event directory. 50% on Hypercar Parade is now go by the halfway there. So it'll have to take the next race will go by number 5 in Autodromo de Interlagos. Collision strictly forbidden. This race event is only for powerful hypercars with price tags to match. Unlike the original 3 race event as part of the menu book, additionally, throughout future updates from here until now, that will be doing much more fine additional to go by forward if you guys really think about having one race by challenging with some different hypercar. So next up, I'll have to choose and go for the Bugatti Chiron 2016 is now at the ready to have a good horsepower by 1479 with a pound of weight in 4,398. Aspiration is now being type on twin turbocharged in all-wheel drive. Unlike all the other hypercars, the Chiron still have a lot of good potential to go faster by over 1,000 horsepower that add up to go by 100. Just like the Veyron and other kinds of specific Bugatti vehicle that you guys have ever played in the Crew 2 and Motorfest. But it is definitely might be quite giving some differences to have complete road car and concept car is now recently to have one brand to be categorized as hypercar. Let's proceed, and here we have Drumont and Kokubun. I'm Ryota Kokubun from Japan. Do you know the secret meaning behind the name of this Jaguar SJ220? The 220 refers to its top speed, approximately 354 kilometers. Pretty neat, don't you think? Correction, and that's how it does might have a good understandable when it comes to be driving on the Jaguar SJ220. Good point, Ryota Kokubun. It does might have a good retro supercar to its day to be labeled as a Group C car from the 1990s in the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And what else that has something to say from Kylian Drumont? I'm Kylian Drumont from France. Jaguar is famous for winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans on numerous occasions. I hear that this SJ220 was modded after the XJ13, a race car from the 1960s. Can you see the resemblance? I sure can. I would love to when it comes to have a good experience to be driving on the Jaguar SJ220. Good point, Kylian Drumont. I really appreciate it to have a good way and let all the other Gran Turismo players to have a good amount of experience to be driving on one retro supercar since Gran Turismo 2. Now, nostalgia is our best friend. Only for the Jaguar SJ220, all kinds of different classic supercars can actually to go there at any time. So I had to get ready because the tougher times and go faster time to go around on Interlagos for the Bugatti Chiron is I'm currently using. So I have to go easy on this time. Gonna have to kick it up and go short straightaway after Cuba du Sol in turn 3. Braking on the incoming by entered in sector 2 by coming on in turn number 4. Okay, got a good eye on Coque Lopez. Number 14, Aston Martin, Vulcan 2016. So I had to keep it nice and easy, no contact, no mistakes, just have one tough challenge for the sheet run that will be actually to go a bit more tougher and have enough acceleration when it comes to have straightaways. Okay, there's Boss Speed Beer Boris on the 13, just to be sightseeing and same sheet run in different color. Okay, go to sector 3, gonna have to wait and go right ahead. Okay, got everything to be checked and go proceed on lap number 2. Just wait, almost there, gonna have to take one good pass when braking and then let Igor Fraka pass. Alright, let's go, and have a good short time on straightaway to get closer and early brake. For my concern, when driving high-power hypercars on the track, it might be quite very good on straightaway. However, it could be going more braking and cornering to be around on each part of the layout is going to be a bit more tougher when it comes to have the best advantage and let all the other supercars to have a good standard amount of performance when the heavy power high speed performance is actually turns out to be contested and be a bit more practical patient. But it might be doing a bit more helpful because learning the ways on the Bugatti sheet run is all about having a matter of experience to go by concentration and patient. Got a good eye on A. Brook, position 11 in the Mercedes-Benz SOR McLaren. Got to wait, and Suzuki is on the fastest lap by a minute, 52.491 seconds. Here it comes. Time to do double overtake on the Type 992 Porsche 911 and the 2006 Ford GT. Hold it in. Have the first and second turn right back at the center S. Now, gonna have to take a good pass on Adam Tapai. That's very good. Just concentrate, patient, and wait for having a short speed to get there on time. And for the fastest lap I took by 1 minute, 48.508 seconds. Okay, coming in by hairpin 2 on turn number 9. Only 12 seconds to go. Third lap is still enough time to hold down the fort. Okay, that's good. Got a good eye on Killian Drummond on a Jaguar SJ220, but this one is actually to have a navy blue color. So I'll have to get in there, go to lap number 4, wait, then early brake. That's good. Just have a little bit more time and get there along with G Mangalo. 9.6 seconds. Fourth lap. Got to do by one overtake, and then early break will do the same again. See, looks like this is going to be quite giving the explained example about active wing spoiler, just like the 2013 Bugatti Veyron as G Mangalo is using it. So there he is right now, to be seen by a second to go. Got to be gentle and wait for the first hairpin on turn number 8. Alright, that's good on the respawn, and looks like one Brazilian racer is using the Lamborghini Aventador. So I had to get to him, and this one is new. Okay, back on sector 3. Here it comes. Gonna have to take the lap and just be extra careful to go avoid off the track. A Maso. This one very new and interesting. Can't say that he is a very good Gran Turismo player. Good to be placed on the Lamborghini Aventador. Alright, 5th lap, here I come, and update by the record in the 3rd lap by the previous in 1 minute, 43.766 seconds. Just gonna get closer to Takuma Minasono. Only 4 more to go. Got a good eye on 4 Japanese Gran Turismo player is still currently to have a best amount of supercar and hypercar alike in different style. Just have to be a proud, respectful player and just go experience and express it to have a good way of a heavy ton hypercar. Just slow and steady and wait for the sector 2 finish to go back on number 3. Okay, good respawn and simple on the line. A bit more early break as expected to go proceed on lap number 6. Got to let Kokubun pass along with Suzuki and Sasaki. Alright, here it goes. Almost dared to get closer to S. Suzuki that he's using the Aston Martin 177. Very good to have a British-made luxury supercar that have a good amount of over 700 horsepower. But that will be doing a bit more challenging and more tougher for the Chiron. But it does might have a good FR layout because the Chiron is still perfectly to be built in all-wheel drive. Okay, gonna have to go by hairpin number 3 on turn 10. Almost there to get closer to Y. Sasaki. Okay, almost there on lap number 6 towards the end. Got to hurry up, patient, and go competent. There you go. Now for the McLaren F1 1991. 94 model, good guess by the initial, is now being quite good to be spotted. Final lap, up I go. Coming down onto the center S, go by Cuba du Sol. Still yet to be achievable for only one dirt lap by the fastest. Okay, gonna keep it steady on turn 4 and 5 in the blind corner. Come on, I got this to be doing well. One challenge, one sheet run, and one course on Interlagos is actually to have a good way and keep a good better by braking respawn without any concentration, with no hesitation. But it does might have to give a little bit more concentration to go helpful when facing tough opponents on the track. But I know about the Bugatti Chiron, it still have a lot of horsepower and good on the torque by respawn to be well put up on the handling. So here comes the final sector. Gonna have to bring home and make my way towards the finish line. Okay, gonna ace that course and achieved by the fastest lap to go in by lap number 7 is check. First place and better balance and one faster hypercar is being checked and done. Alright, first place for only one Bugatti Chiron is now actually to have a good potential, just like the Bugatti Veyron 16.4 2013. Total time by over 12 minutes, added with 20.759 seconds. But it does might have a good potential and go faster that you guys really might need to have some possible tuning work to go fit it and install. But one race, 142,500 credit is now being checked and cleared on the go by having a clean race bonus in 50%. And there you go. 4-star roulette ticket by a daily, and that's how just going to keep filling out to be on the reminder date before approaches on early February 2024. Gotta make sure to choose on number of lap by the scene, and this one does might have it all. Any hypercar does count because when it comes to have a different position to be on the main part of the perspective scene. But I'm always going to have to take 1 or 2 tries of thumbnail attempts and see which one is going to be having a picture perfect. But this one does it all, and the 5th one is now being checked and done for only 3 more to go. As you can see, viewers, one Bugatti Chiron 2016 on different racetrack is all about to go a little bit more faster and more cornering when it comes to have a respawn on braking. By adding 1% in event directory to go by 78% to be equal, just 3 more to go by 62% in progress to be moving on, and circuit design clerics on the letter C to go by forward direction in the next race to go by 3 lap along with Red Bull Ring in 6 lap. Just to save 1 more to go to be racing on Dragon Trail Gardens, and I'll have to make sure that one track will have to go proceed to be forward to be on part number 3 as continue on in Hypercar Parade. Gotta wrap this up before at the end of the video because more times of development and just keep a good reminder of progress to myself as I have to keep moving on and just go faster to have a different type of hypercar that has a good performance and different style by a character. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. Glad that you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. And don't forget to check it out, all of my screenshot images on UDRS Insportec, Vision Total Drama, and DreamArt Livery Style Dispenser presented myself, Hyperion-Blue-GT, as you may ever welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.